and welcome to Meeple Leaf. I'm Nick Angiers. Today I'm teaching you how to play Railroad Inc. This is a roll and write game for 1 to 6 players. It's a lot of fun, very simple, and offers a lot of very interesting challenges. So let's jump right in. So to play the game, you're going to need the 4 dice. Each player is going to need one of these player sheets. We'll be playing it through video, so you can actually download a sheet. I'll put that in the event description. But that way you can play from anywhere, and one person just has to have the dice. Everyone shares the dice, so you only need 1 set. And then each player will need a marker. In this case, it's an erasable marker. The game also comes with these red dice. This is the Blazing Red edition, so it comes with volcanoes and what are the other ones here? Fireballs? Comets, okay. But these are just an expansion and you don't need to use them. The game is a lot of fun without it, and I don't recommend playing with the expansion until you've played the base game at least a few times. So, each turn is actually quite simple. You're just gonna have someone roll a dice, okay, and then all the players are gonna use these dice, so all 4 of them. And normally you take turns rolling the dice. If only one person is rolling them, of course they just roll them each time. Doesn't really matter because you're not going to be re-rolling any dice. It's all random anyway. So just a quick look at the dice. All the dice have these different railroads and highways on them. Each one is slightly different, and there is a list of all the sides right here. Some of them do occur more frequently than others, and it doesn't really matter at first. If you're getting more into the game and you want to get a really high score, then that might be something that's important to you. I think the more simple ones are more common, but it's all up to the luck of the dice anyway. So you're going to roll these dice, and then you're going to choose where you put these pieces on your board. And you can put them anywhere. So one important thing to note on the map is some of the exits begin with a highway and some with a railroad. So your ultimate goal is to connect as many of these as you can. Okay, so looking at the score sheet again, these are special ones. Let's just ignore these for now. So these are the ones that you're going to score with. So the green arrow here is the exits. You can see the exits all have a green arrow. This is the main one. This is where you're going to get the bulk of your points. It's also the hardest to understand until you've played your first game, and then it'll make more sense. But in essence, you get points for this for each network. Okay, so if I have one network that goes from this exit to this exit, it skips that one, goes to that one. So it connects 4 exits. Okay, and then I look at my handy little chart here. 4 exits equals 12 points. Okay, and then if I have another network that's not connected to that one, it's separate, it has 5 exits, so it gets 16 points. So my total for exits would be 12 plus 16 equals 28, right? You with me so far? Now, if I had one network that connected 9 exits together, so those 2 smaller ones were connected, then I'd have 32 points. So you want to have one network that kind of connects them all. It is possible just to have one exit connected to another. It's only 4 points. One exit going nowhere doesn't give you any points. So the idea is you want to connect lots of exits for lots of points. Okay, the next 2 are pretty easy to understand. So the highways and the railroads are both for, you find your longest highway, okay, your longest unbroken highway, and then you count how many squares are part of that highway. Okay, so even if it's like half a square, it still counts as a square, right? Same thing with railroad, you just do that. And it can loop back on itself and change direction and so on. Yeah, this one's really easy to understand. So it's a green square, and it corresponds to this green square here. So out of these 9 squares, every one that you have something in, anything, will give you 1 point for a maximum of 9 points, right? Okay, and this one is mistakes. So mistakes are things like a loose end, so you just have something sticking out into nowhere, and that will happen. It's just a matter of how much. Or if you have like a road going to a railroad, or you have, so you have like a railroad going like this, and you just draw them in. As long as they're recognizable. So this would be a mistake, because a road can't lead to a railroad like that, so that'd be a mistake. And the star here, that's for the expansions, just ignore that, we're not going to be using that. Okay, so how the game goes is, you roll the dice, you put those for anywhere, and in the corner of the space that you used, just put a 1 for round 1. There are 7 rounds in total. And it's really good to do that because that way you can keep track of how many you did this round. Once you get to like the 4th or 5th round, it'll get a little bit chaotic. And you can erase and redraw, but if you don't write the round number, it's going to get really confusing really quickly. So for your own sake, write the number in the corner. Okay, and then we're on to the specials. So there are 6 different specials here. They're all like a 4-way intersection. These can be really handy, and these are on top of the 4 dice. So you get your 4 dice and you get a special, but you can only take a maximum of 3 specials, and you can only do a maximum of 1 per round. So if in round 3 you use a special, you can't use your next special till round 4, and so on. You do want to use these because they're basically extra points, and they can really get you out of some tricky situations. Oh, one thing that is legal is if you have something going off to the side, it doesn't count as an exit, but it won't give you minus points. So that's pretty important to note. Also, all the tiles here can be flipped or mirrored. So if I have a road, this is called a junction, leading off into a railroad, I can put the railroad on this side. That's fine. I can't have it going out this way, though. That wouldn't be cool. That's this tile here. Likewise with, a bend, I can have a bend the other way, no problem. That's all there is to it. You keep going until you've done 7 rounds, at which point your map will be pretty full, and then you just add up your score. And that's how you play Railroad Ink. The blue edition, it just has different expansions. The base game is exactly the same. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming!